Welcome to the UnitPlayground demo, where I will be showing you how you can access UnitPlayground, what it's supposed to do, and how you can use it. So accessing it is pretty simple. You just go to unitplayground.com or .net, and you want to sign in with your Southern account. So I'll go up here, click on Login, pick my Southern account through Google, and I'm logged in now. So I like to go to the full screen UnitPlayground right here, and let me demonstrate how it works with some examples. So there have been plenty of physics tests that I've taken where I completely blank on what some of the equations are. Like even something really simple like the relationship between velocity, frequency, and wavelength. So what do I do then? So I know what the measurements are for, let's say, wavelength, right? Wavelength is a measure of length, and then let's say I know frequency is in hertz. So then let me try actually capitalizing that. Okay, and then I'll see, oh, well, this does not give me units of velocity, so clearly I'm doing something wrong. Let me go ahead and try instead to multiply these two. And there. Now I've got units of velocity over here, and that reinforces what the actual relationship is between these physical quantities. This is a really simple example, but it can get much more complicated, of course. Another cool thing that you can do is you can get hints on some of the things that you're doing. So let's say I'm trying to add two quantities together, and I'm going to make it really obvious for this example. I'll throw in 3 kilograms, and then a hint appears. Okay, what's wrong? Oh, I can't add these two quantities together. They're not the same dimension, so let me go ahead and try to change that, and instead of kilograms, I actually add feet together. So, problem solved, right? Let me show you some places where UnitPlayground really shines. So, let's say I want to solve this practice problem number 2. What is the mass of the International Space Station if it experiences this many kilonewtons of gravitational force, this high above the surface of the Earth, and this is the mass of the Earth, and this is the gravitational constant. So I'm not going to type that all out right now. I'm just going to paste it in here. Okay, so let's say I come up with this equation. I've got all my different values in it, and then I realize, okay, I'm doing something wrong, right? Because I'm getting units of kilograms per meter, but that's not a unit of mass, which is what I'm looking for. And I should be able to realize, right, that, oh, well, I really want to square my radius, my distance here. So I'll square that, and then I'll see, okay, well, now I've got units of mass. And again, reinforcing the proper equation. And you can, this is called, I guess, generative dimensional analysis, and very cool way of, I guess, understanding your equations in more depth, and also can just be very useful for solving homework. It might not be the perfect fit for every problem, of course, but there are definitely a lot of use cases for it, especially in physics, I would say. So that's pretty much how you use UnitPlayground. There's a couple of different settings up here. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can add your own units if you want to define your own units. So I'm going to define the ACE unit and the ACEs as an LS, and then I'll say, okay, how, what's the value? So I have to define it in terms of another value. So let's say it's 5.75 feet. That is how tall I am. And then I will, I can choose different prefixes. So let's say I want to have septoaces or deciaces, and here's some examples of what the units are like that you're generating. I'm going to go ahead and stick with no prefixes for now, and then you can click on Create Unit, and you'll be able to use this unit in your calculation. So let's say I've got 2 aces and 3.51 meters. Cool. So you can also define your units, and then focus maybe only on the units if you don't want to see any of the scalar values on the side. Also, there's different systems that you can go through. This is still a little bit under development because kind of complicated how this is handled in the back end, but definitely can be useful to play around with. And you can also just let UnitPlayground not simplify the units, but usually I like to be able to simplify the units so I can actually see what I'm looking at. And there's a dark theme. I will warn you, I have not I have not worked on the colors on that, so probably like in a few days I'll get to this part and it'll actually look good, because right now it doesn't look good. I don't want to show you. So that should be pretty much all. If you have any questions, there will be a contact. There'll be contact information here in a short while. So thank you for being interested, being willing to participate, and I hope UnitPlayground really does help you out with your problem-solving process.